Prince Harry's spare ghostwriter is sharing details about his time working with the royal family member. J.R. Moehringer is getting candid about working with the Duke of Sussex on his memoir Spare, which was released earlier this year. And as he notes, it wasn't always smooth sailing, recalling the time he screamed at the prince during a 2 a.m. Zoom call. J.R. writes in an essay published for The New Yorker on May 8th, quote, "I was exasperated with Prince Harry. My head was pounding, my jaw was clenched, and I was starting to raise my voice." At one point during the heated exchange, the 58-year-old says that he thought he may get fired. J.R. confesses, quote, "Some part of me was still able to step outside the situation and think, this is so weird, I'm shouting at Prince Harry. Then, as Harry started going back at me, as his cheeks flushed and his eyes narrowed, a more pressing thought occurred. Whoa, it could all end right here." And as for what caused their argument, according to JR, it was over an anecdote where Harry recalls being captured by pretend terrorists. In the memoir, Harry writes that his kidnappers threw him against a wall, proceeded to choke him, and to throw insults, including a dig at his late mother, Princess Diana. Harry wanted to include what he said back to his attackers, but JR wasn't convinced it was right to add to Spare, becoming a point of contention as they worked on the memoir. JR says, quote, "Harry always wanted to end this scene with the thing he said to his captors, a comeback that struck me as unnecessary and somewhat inane." On their 10th Zoom call, Harry took the opportunity to advocate once again for why it was important to add how the kidnapping ended in his memoir. JR says, quote, "He exhaled and calmly explained that all his life people had belittled his intellectual capabilities, and this flash of cleverness proved that even after being kicked and punched and deprived of sleep and food, he had his wits about him." But nonetheless, the novelist stood his ground, with Harry eventually conceding and telling him, quote, "I really enjoy getting you worked up like that." Aside from their disagreements, working with Harry was a positive experience for JR, who reveals that he even spent time at Harry and wife Meghan Markle's Montecito, California home while working on Spare. In fact, he reveals that while staying in their guest house, Meghan would visit with her and Harry's 4-year-old son, Archie.